Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and tonight we have an athlete out of Missouri Western, Dhimani Butler. Uh, he's one of the star football players. He might not would say that, but I'm saying that. Welcome to the show, Dhimani.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Butler, tell our audience a little bit about yourself. I have the same old tired interviews, but people want to know. Go from kindergarten, from the first time that you started playing the sport. Talk about some of the mentors on the field and off the field. What years? Try to remember. I'll interrupt you. What years, as you chronologically move up the scale, and talk about some of the mentors on the field and off the field?
Well, the first time I played football was at Boys and Girls Club in Wichita, Kansas. It was in 5th grade. My dad, he just threw me in there. I trained with him. Since he was a trainer, he kind of got me to be able to actually play football and try to be good at it. And I played tight end and linebacker in 5th grade. And then in 6th grade, I played the same thing at Boys and Girls Club. And I played that all the way from 5th grade to 8th grade. And I did not play in middle school. I didn't play for my school team in middle school. I just kept going.
Why you didn't play for your school team?
Our school team, it was just they weren't that good. So BGC was way better than that. And I knew I was creating a lot of relationships with everybody at the Boys and Girls Club. So I just stayed with them for a while. Cool.
So your 9th grade, what was going on? Keep going.
9th grade, I had the decision to either go to Northwest, where my dad attended school, or to Goddard High School. And the Goddard defense was pretty good from what I saw, and I was always in the Goddard district, so I just decided I might as well stay there at Goddard High School in Wichita, Kansas. So I just decided to go there. It was a really
How good were you when you were in 9th grade? What were you making some noise?
9th grade.
I'm saying, were they looking with the high school?
I was hitting a lot back in 8th grade, so a lot of people talked to them.
You know, did they
high school in 9th grade? No, not really. I was playing just the freshman team. Yeah, but my coach, he was my mentor, really, Coach Fisher. He taught me most of the things that I know at linebacker standpoint. He taught me almost everything, and he helped me throughout my whole career. But in 9th grade, I played on the freshman team. But when I got to 10th grade, my sophomore year, he kind of threw me into the varsity team. I wasn't really supposed to be playing varsity, but
what position was you playing when you got on varsity?
Varsity, I was just playing linebacker. Before, in freshman year, I was playing running back and linebacker, but they switched me to once I went varsity. I just stayed at linebacker, and that was it.
Was you middle linebacker? Run that down. And I want to know, did y'all have a hit squad?
No, I like playing outside linebacker.
What was it like your first start?
Yeah. My sophomore year, we had a really good defense. Goddard defense was the best defense in the state of Kansas. It was.
So you had a hit squad.
Yeah, we had a squad.
Good. Tell me this. I like y'all because I like looking at your faces, and I'm sure my audience does. Remember the first time you got that start and you knew you was going to start? What was it like?
The first time I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I'm playing in the game. I'm starting. I'm gonna be playing in the game. And he just said he was proud of me and he wanted me to do my best, play my best, so I could keep the spot. So I went to the game. It was an away game. We played in Kansas City, and I I played horribly. Now that I look back at it, I played really horrible. But I had the first tackle of the start of the season. I was on kickoff, and I got the first tackle. I was really excited about that. And but my stance was all wrong. I was doing really
So that
bad.
was a
But
learning
that was just my first
experience.
start. So yeah, that was a learning experience. So yeah.
Because I have y'all tell your story. Because when the other players, younger players, look at your interview, they know how they feeling. Uh,
Yeah.
what did you learn from that? And then after you played that, what did you say to yourself after you revisited that game?
Well, me and my dad watches after each game, my dad watches every single play with me, and he was just saying how he knows he was just critiquing me on every single thing that I did, and even my coach Fisher, he critiqued me on every single thing I did. So I was just learning what not to do, what to do, how to my stance, what zone I need to stay in, how far I need to be away from the O line. So it was just a lot to learn.
What how did that affect your season? Uh, once you start falling in line and knew what you needed to do, what kind of season did you have personally?
Well, sophomore year, I think I had a pretty great season for starting on varsity. I made some great plays. Well, my first game, uh, now that I look back at it, my first game I did pretty bad, but the next game we played the best team in the state, Derby High School. They've won a whole bunch of championships, and we were really the underdogs. And I came out and I helped my team. I got a whole bunch of hurries against the QB, which caused him to throw a bunch of picks to our team, our defense, and that helped us beat the best team in the state that year, my sophomore year. So I
How'd
was
you
really
feel?
proud of that.
Tell another thing I want to look at your face. What was the locker room like after the game?
After that game, everybody was really hyped. We were happy. We thought we were going to go to state
You get any pats on the back?
that year again, and I was really hyped. I didn't know like my first time actually winning in uh like a big time game, so I was excited too. I was just waiting to get back to my dad to see what he had to say about the game.
Still
So yeah,
learning the culture of the school there, the football culture,
yeah,
being part of it, all of that. You
hmm
sucked all of that in. Uh,
yeah.
Go ahead and talk about your junior and senior year.
So junior, I started my linebacker coach. He Coach Fisher, he kept teaching me through the summer, and he put me through a workout program, and he was just helping me try to get bigger because my sophomore year I was pretty small. Started doing the weights more and started to build up muscles so that I could like actually get more hits. So I
That
started
was my
trying to
next
start getting bigger.
question
Yeah, yeah.
about that weight room. How important? What would you tell young athletes on that weight room and diet that are playing your
Uh,
position?
it's probably the most important. Like my dad, since he's a trainer, I always worked with throughout the year, every single week. Except for sometimes in the football. Well, during the football season, we always work out on Sundays. But after football season is over, we work out every other day. So, but with the weight room, my dad, he kind of didn't want me to get into weights because he wanted me to train with him. But since he saw how my coach Fisher, the linebacker coach, he was also the weight room coach. So he kind of helped me, and my dad liked how he dealt with the weight room and helped me get bigger. So he started getting into it, and he just football and everything. And my dad bought me a whole bunch of protein so I could get bigger. And he said you need to drink chocolate milk every single night and put the protein in there, and that's what I did. So I had to listen. Yeah.
So, what kind of senior year did you have?
Senior year, it was pretty good. My most of the defense from when I was a sophomore was gone, so I was kind of all that I had. But we had our D line was
Was you in a leadership position?
good. We had a D lineman Zeke Howell. He helped us. But yeah, I was the leader on the team.
So what colleges were looking at you?
Since I was only
Your internet is breaking up.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what to. This is school Wi-Fi. Sorry.
But what colleges was looking at you?
The college that I was looking at, the first college that offered me was SWASL, Southwestern Oklahoma University. They were the first people to offer me, and a whole bunch of D2s, but only D1 that offered me was Arkansas Pine Bluff, D1 AA team. That's the only D1 that looked at me, but K-State looked at me. NDSU came down to help me do a workout and just look at me for a second, and I was getting a bunch of looks.
So what grade are you in now?
I'm basically a sophomore, but since the COVID year, it has me.
You were redshirted.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
I was fine with it. My dad told me before I came to college that his goal for me was to play the least amount of snaps because it would be better on my body and it would just help me get to learn the game more instead of being on the field. It would help me
being a student of the game so that when you got on the field, you could execute for real.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm admiring your dad from afar and stuff. Them kids don't have that type of deal when like they gotta pay for these personal trainers and what have you. And he's been there to guide you. A lot of these guys think it's just about talent and all of that. No, it's about having a mentor that can help you. I always tell athletes, do you think that pro athletes, you see how a lot of sons wind up getting in the pros? You think it's about genes? It's not all about, it's about, they have showed them every shortcut if they're listening.
Yeah.
Everything that it takes to get where they want to be. And they didn't have to go the same route their dad went because now dad is telling you how to get there if you listen.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky. I lived with my mom in Topeka, and I was a horrible kid. So she sent me back down to Wichita to live with my dad, and my dad kind of got me on the right path. I was a really fat kid. So once I started training with him, since my dad's a trainer, he just started working me out, and
got that baby fat off you.
Yeah, I got that baby fat off of me, and I started getting more athletic, and it was really because of him that I started being athletic enough to get into football and like get me a scholarship to where I am right now, Mr. Western, to be able to play football.
So what's the season looking like?
The season, we're 2-1 right now. We're getting ready to play Washburn University. Our team is really good. Our defense, I think we have the best in the state. And
how have you played thus far? Talk about your first game and second game.
I've really been playing. I've just been playing on the special teams right now, and because there's a bunch of good people in our linebacker group right now, so I just
you got to wait your turn
in special teams. And
or am I wrong?
Yeah,
because a lot of times, you want to get in, and I'm sure coach is going to get you in, but a lot of athletes, as hard as you're training, from what I know, they feel because I train hard and I do this, I'm supposed to be in. No, you wait your turn and you learn.
Yeah, so I was just.
How does it feel sitting on the bench?
Kind of weird being from like the best person on my team in high school and then coming here and I'm just like a regular person now. It was a shock, but now I'm just used to it. I'm just trying to get better and better every day.
Talk to a young high school freshman or whatever going through high school thinking that they all hot. What happens when you go to that next level and meet people from other cities?
The next level, it's just the college that you're at, and you have a good football team. They're bringing in the best people to be on their team, so it's not just only going to be you that's the best person. So there
You
might
might
be
not even be the best person
you
when
might
you
not even
get
be the
with,
best person. So
and
yeah.
that's what I'm asking you about sitting on the bench. How that changed when you used to being the man and
Mm.
used to starting, and now you dressing up in all that gear, and you know you're not gonna get a minute playing time. How do you keep your mental uh in the right direction?
I just stay in the playbook. Even if the coach tells the actual people that are playing to watch the film, I just try to stay in the film too, because anybody can drop at any time. So it could be my moment at any time. So I just need to stay ready for any spot that opens up. I just need to stay ready for that.
Boy, I like your answers because a lot of players don't understand that when something happened, they're not even in the game. I've seen even on film, coach tap them, their mind was somewhere else,
Yeah.
and but it's important to stay in the game so that when you finally get your chance, you you can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So, what kind of numbers would you like to put up this season,
Season.
or have you set any goals?
Yeah, I've set goals. I've set them with my dad, and I've set goals for when I start actually playing for what I want to do. So yeah, I'd like to get whenever I start playing, I think I put down be All American, um 10 tackles each game to 10 to 15 tackles each game, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, I set down goals for whenever I actually get in. So
With Cascade Sports being home to student athlete, how important is your education?
is the of the most importance, because don't if you don't pass your classes, you can't play. Freshman year, I did good in the fall year, but in the spring time, my grades were going down. Focused in the class ever since football was ending. I was close. My coach Kelly Rizzi, um, he stretched to the max so that I could only focus on doing homework. So that helped me just get through it. And if I wasn't able to pass on any, I'd be able to. I'm really.
Boy, your internet is really well, audience. I'm sorry for the failure. Uh, Hello, you're back.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah, that's I say this like when the COVID hit, and all the high schools and stuff, everybody's
Mm,
using the internet, and they give the high school kids, they was giving them the puck to go home and learn. That didn't have internet at the house. Stuff
yeah,
didn't work, and it's like, but yet they saying, oh, everybody's got it. If it don't work, you know, it's really hard to do your homework or anything else when the system is not working like it should.
yeah.
So, in closing, uh, do you have anything you want to say to our audience? Any advice you want to give
Uh,
young ballers? And do you want to invite the people out to the game and give your shout outs out?
yeah, I would just like to say, just work hard every single day. I was really lucky to have a father that was a trainer, but just train, have a good diet, and just wait your turn, because that's all you can really do is just keep working hard until your spot gets called, and that's when you turn up. But yeah, I would like to thank my dad, Brian Butler, uh, high school linebacker coach Dan Fisher, and my college line coach Rizio for our game is coming up. It's at Washburn University on Saturday at 1:00. Washburn is in Topeka, Kansas. Come out and watch that, or you can watch it on the MIAA network. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Mm-hmm. And as we always say, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. We always say in basketball, we go hard in the paint. But you know what? In this football, I'm stealing one of my other hosts' closing. We just don't bark, we bite.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.